Welcome to Cooking for You, easy peasy. I just thought that I don't know. Today I was taken back to my my young days when I lived in Houston, Texas, and while I was working for Continental Airlines, we used to take lunches, and most of the times we used to go to places that were closer to the office. And there was one Vietnamese place, more with a modern twist, that had a fabulous dish, and it was called Tofu Luc Lac. They actually, the main dish this was a Vietnamese place, so the main dish was beef Luc Lac. But I just discovered that tofu Luc Lac was much better than beef Luc Lac because of the texture. The texture was incredible. It was crisp on the outside with that garlic sauce of the Luc Lac, because that's what Luc Lac means. It's a Vietnamese garlic sauce, and obviously the tofu. So the tofu was cooked to perfection, where it was crisp on the outside and soft inside, and with that sauce that coated the tofu, it just gave it brought the dish to a different level. And of course it was served with rice, but I'm not going to serve it with rice. I'm just going to make the tofu Luc Lac the way I used to eat it, and see how it comes. So for the sauce itself, the Luc Lac, you will need one brown onion, and you want to peel it off and slice it this thin. And you'll slice the entire onion. And of course, because Luc Lac means garlic, you'll use lots of garlic. So what I have in here are like 8 garlic cloves that I am going to chop finely. And you will need tofu, hard tofu. So what I did with tofu, I took the water out of it completely. So how do you do that? You take the tofu, the hard tofu from the package, and you take this paper and you wrap it. You wrap the tofu in to this paper, and you put it on a hard plate, and on top of that, on top of the wrapped tofu, you add another plate. And then on top of the plate you put something really heavy. It could be like a casted iron pot. And that way all the water is squeezed out of this tofu. And of course the paper towel just absorbs that water. So once you do that, you cut the tofu into pieces like this. I mean, of course you can do it smaller pieces than that, but I like them big. I marinated this tofu in tamarind sauce. It's similar to soy sauce, but it's gluten-free, so it's not a wheat based type of tofu. I mean, type of sauce. And it's not as salty as soy sauce either, so it's perfect. And in here I made the Luc Lac sauce that goes into the pan. So I have soy sauce, oyster sauce, I have sesame oil, and I have fish sauce. So soy sauce and oyster sauce, you use about, it's 1 to 1, so it's the same portions. So let's say if you use 6 tablespoons of soy sauce, I suggest you use low sodium. then you use 6 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Then you add 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. I like the sesame oil because it gives that toasty flavor. And then I like it a bit spicy, so I added some chili sauce to it, or you can actually add crushed chilies or fresh chilies sliced very finely. And fish sauce, about 1 tablespoon. Make sure it's not too salty. You add a bit of sugar if it's too salty. And shake it in this jar and have it ready when you start cooking. Right now we're going to fry the tofu first, because you want to deep fry it on all sides, so it becomes very crispy on the outside, and of course soft on the inside. But before I fry this, I'm going to chop the garlic really fine so I can have this ready. It's a lot of beautiful smells. If you like garlic, this will become your favorite dish because it requires a lot of garlic. So I like to use a small saucepan so I can move, so we can fry it better. It will take a bit longer than normal because I'm just using a small pan. Now that we're done with crisping the tofu, we're going to get to the Luc Lac sauce. I'm going to add a bit of extra virgin olive oil. Meanwhile, I'm going to clean some spring onion, because this will be my garnish for the Tofu Luc Lac. So it's caramelizing nicely. I'm going to add the garlic. I'll add just a bit of water. For longer cooking, because it's getting dry in the pan. And now I'm going to add the sauce. This smells unbelievable. And it tastes divine. Delicious. So now we're adding the tofu pieces. I'm going to use some radish, and I'm going to slice it finely using the mandolin. This is daikon. I think it's Japanese white radish. So I'm going to mix this radish with a bit of olive oil and Japanese vinegar. Which is rice wine vinegar. It's a bit sweeter than normal, and a bit of salt.